What's going on, my people? It is Champion Yogi, and I am here again, and I have a new idea for you. What do you think about Sun Salutation B and an infinite flow? Adding them together? Let's figure it out. So I wanted to bring you a quick flow today, something that's not going to take you too long, but is going to put a little bit of something on your body. You understand what I'm saying? At Sunsal B, we know Sunsal B is going to add a little bit more heat than Sunsal A is. And so we're going to take that today. We're going to remove that Warrior One and we're going to add in three different infinite flows and then turn it into a big old flow at the end. We'll go through those infinite flows three times, but once we go through the last big time, we'll go through all of them two times since they'll be all together and it's going to be a lot anyway, right? We have the right side, we have the left side, we have both sides. We're going to do the sides, we're going to strengthen. We are going to work with side lunge today. We have a lot of different asanas that we're going to pull in, but we're going to repetitively work that side lunge in today. So instead of that warrior one, we're going to take it to a side lunge. And from there, we're going to add in a whole lot of fun, do a couple infinite flows, and let's see how hot this sun sound B can be. Let's do it. So we're going to start off with just a basic sun sound B. That one, we will do the side lunge instead of the warrior one, just so we can talk about that side lunge since we're going to do it so many times. Remember, the range of how wide your feet are apart is important to go into that side lunge. And remember, you have options. You could always come in a little less deep. You could rise up onto the toe and come in a little bit deeper, or you can sink into that heel, press into that pinky toe, and take it all the way down. It is completely up to you how deep you sink into it every single time we go into it. Feel free to adjust, feel free to change it up. If it starts to burn a little bit too much, take a little bit off, handle your space. But let's work through these sunset beats. We're just going to get started with a sunset beat with the side lunge instead of warrior one, both sides. All right, so let's start with our first sunset beat. We're going to come to the top of the mat, the toes and the heels equally apart. If you want to have some blocks set up next to you, feel free to have some blocks. There will be some spaces where you may want to pull in your blocks. You're always allowed to use your blocks as long as you like, but I will show a few spaces where you may decide to need one today. So if you want to have some blocks, have some blocks. Toes and heels are equally apart. Remember, as your toes and heels are equally apart, the toes are not wider than the heels. The heels are not wider than the toes. They're equally apart and right under your hips. Some people will like to bring them a little bit closer. Some people will like them all the way together. All of this is good. All of this is fine. The closer the feet come together, the more challenging the balance can become. So keep that in mind. But right underneath the hips is usually the best space to support your balance. If you're closer to a beginner or you're not comfortable with balance spaces, you may want to have them right underneath your hips. Okay? Toes and heels equally apart. Weight into the heels of your feet. So lift those toes, spread them out, move them around. Make sure the heels are supporting you and the toes are just there for your balance. Start to stack your body, ankles over the heels, knees over the ankles, hips are over your knees. You're going to lengthen the spine nice and long and roll those shoulders back and then bring the top of the head to the very top of the body. Right here, take an inhale, reach the hands all the way up and then exhale, bend into the knees and start to sink into your chair. Again, the weight is still going back into the heels of the feet. Try to keep the chest up as much as you can. Try to sink into those heels in that chair as much as you can. Keep playing with those toes. Good, right here. And then let's take a fold. Exhale. Lower the body down over that chair and then start to press into the heels and lift the hips up a little bit. Keep this belly to thigh connection. If you start to feel that separation happen, don't straighten your legs any more than that. Stay right here. You should feel a stretch right here in the back of these hamstrings. Allow the top of the head to melt down. So you're looking through your legs right here. And then if you want to lengthen a little more, lengthen a little more. Maybe blow out, take an exhale. See if you can sink in, bringing the hands behind the legs and pull your body down a little bit. Find some stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. So let's bring the shoulders up. Now, if you want, you can keep the hands down. Just want to try to flatten out that back a little bit. You can bring the hands just above the knees to try to find that nice halfway space. Or if you want a little challenge, feel free to bring the hands out wide, palms down, gaze down, and keep that nice flat back. Shift a little weight into your toes. Exhale, fold. Once your palms come down, step the right foot back, left foot back, and we'll find our high plank pose. Remember, high plank is just pressing into the palms, keeping the arms nice and long. If you want to bring the knees down behind the hips to support your high planks and your low planks, feel free to do that and have that. Let's go into that first low plank. We're just going to push the shoulders forward a little bit and then start to bend into the elbows, trying to keep them stacked over the wrist. Just a little light bend is enough for a chaturanga, but if you want the full expression, bring it all the way down and lift those knees up. Try to keep those elbows stacked over. Inhale, flip your toes, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back, broaden out the chest, press it to the toes and float the knees and have this upward dog for a second. Exhale, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Now we're going to start with the right leg right here. Take an inhale. Let the right leg rise nice and high. Try not to let the hip rise up. Keep the hips nice and square, but let the right leg rise up. Rest into the left heel. Roll those elbows together and relax the shoulders. And try to pull your belly towards your thigh. And then exhale. Step your right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Take your time and adjust this foot. Get it into a good deep space. Rotate the back heel down, and we'll come to the side lunge. Maybe you want to keep your hands down, start to lengthen that front leg long, bend this back knee, and keep the hands down. Right toes start to rise up, sink back into this left heel, and maybe this is your space right here. Maybe this is as deep as you want to come now. You could be up high like this. If you would like to grab some blocks, feel free to use them in this space. As long as the weight is coming into the heel of this foot, you're doing a good job. Press into that pinky toe and try to sink in and breathe for two and one. And then let's take it back to the top of the mat with a nice long walk. Rotate that back heel back up. Step the right foot back to a plank. Have another vinyasa flow, low plank. Good. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Same thing, opposite side. Inhale, left leg rises, right heel rest. Keep the hips under control. Exhale, left foot steps to the top. Good. Rotate the back heel down. Now, maybe you want to rise up onto the toes this time as you sink down into that side lunge. And that'll help you get a little bit deeper, but it won't be the deepest space for you. So just have this, maybe the hands down, blocks on the floor, hold for two and one. Walk it back to the top of the mat, just like we did the other side. Rotate that back heel up. Step back to the plank. Vinyasa, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Remember to rest into these heels in your down dog. And then bend the knees a little bit if your heels aren't touching the mat. Don't walk the feet forward. That's just going to reduce your range. You want to really get that stretch, and they'll melt down one day. It doesn't really matter. It's the stretch that we're going for, not the visual. Let's go back to the top of the mat. You can step or you can float. Is your choice. Right foot, left foot, fold, and then inhale. Halfway lift, flatten out the back, lift the belly, and then exhale. Take a fold, bring it all the way down, top of the head towards the mat. Bend your knees, allow your hips to sink down towards the mat. Start to press into the foot, lift the chest up. Maybe reach the hands back high for this chair. Press into those pinky toes and then press it to the heel, standing all the way tall. And that's our sun, sal, B. Let's start to play around. Let's get into that first infinite flow. We're going to clear up with that side lunge, add in a twisted lizard, and then take it to a high lunge and work it around through three times. The right side, three times, left side. Let's keep going. Toes, heels, equally apart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sink into this chair. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. And then let's take it out. Exhale, fold. Take the hips up. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring the palms down. Step the foot back. You can always float it back right there if you like. Go through your vinyasa at your own pace. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Remember, keeping those knees down is cool. It's going to be a rough flow, and maybe you want to bring it down a little, and there's nothing wrong with that. All right, let's get started with this infinite flow. Right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Rotate the back heel down, come to the side lunge. Maybe you lift it up, shift back, and sink in, keeping those heels down if it's in your space. Very good. Now we're going to go to that twisted lunge. So the left hand comes down next to the right foot. Rotate the back heel up. Twist the chest towards the knee. Reach the right hand nice and high. Keep it laid in those hips. Sink down into the mat. Lengthen that back leg and twist, twist, twist. Hold for two. And one, take this top hand, rotate it back. down and forward and start to rise all the way up to that high lunge. Hold this space. Good. Right here into this high lunge. Shift the weight into this front heel. Rotate the back leg down. Twist the chest towards the left and sink back into that side lunge. This is round two. Good. Once you sink it down, press into that pinky toe. Left hand down. Right hand up. Twist, twist, twist. Nice. And then roll it around. Press into that front foot to lift it up. Very good. Stay deep into there. One more time. Back heel down. Sink back into the side lunge. Feel free to take some variations right here if you want to play around. It's your choice. Twisted lunge. Maybe the forearm comes down. Have a little bit more depth. If you like it, rotate that foot around. Lift it all the way up. And even fall back a little bit. Breathe for two. And one, exhale, chest and the hands down. Inhale, right foot back. Maybe it stays floating this time. And go through that vinyasa low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Watch those hips. Exhale, left foot steps to the top of the mat. Very good. Here we go. Rotate the back heel down. Lift it up and take it back. Side lunge. Beautiful. Sink in. Press strong into that pinky toe. And then right hand down, left hand up. Twist the chest towards the knee. Reach it up nice and high. Lengthen the back leg. Keep sinking those hips in. Roll it around. Press to the front foot. Lift it up. High lunge. Back heel rotates down. Side lunge. Sink in. Keep the chest lifted. Strong to the pinky toes. Right hand down. Left hand up. Twisted lizard. Roll that left hand, big circle. Use all that range of motion right there. One more time, back heel down, side lunge. Sink back in deep. Right hand down, left hand up. Twist. Roll it around. Pick it all up off the floor. And then exhale, chest and the hands down. Left foot goes back. Vinyasa flow, low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take a quick reset. And then step or float back to the top, right foot, left foot. Fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Don't forget to have a seat in this chair. Lift it up. Breathe for two. And then stand tall. Check it out. Woo! Let's do another one. How you feeling? Yes? We're going to go side angle, warrior two. We start with that side lunge, sink in nice and deep, take it forward. Remember, side angle's got a lot of variations. Play around, have some fun. Let's do it. Toes, heels, equally apart. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Exhale, sink into the chair. Good. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, fold. Bring it all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Remember, if you want to float back to chaturanga and not to high plank, okay? So try to keep that bend into the elbows. Flip the toes, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Pull your belly towards your thighs, making sure you're lengthening out the spine right here. Here we go. Inhale, right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Back heel rotates down. Take your path to get back to this side lunge the way you prefer. Walking the hands around, lifting it all the way up. Good. Now from here, we're going to side angle. So we're going to bring this right forearm over the knee, press along, stack the knee over the ankle, twist the left shoulder up, reach the left hand up nice and high. Now, if you want, you can bring a block right here in front of this foot, bring it down right there. Maybe you can sink in a little bit deeper into the side angle. Maybe you want to lengthen, reach over the head. You can also take a bind. All those spaces are there. Good enough for warrior two. Press it to the front foot. Lift it up. Right hand forward. Left hand back. Stack this spine right down the center. Strong pinky toe. Strong pinky toe. Spread the chest and reach those fingertips far apart. Let's take those rounds. Lengthen the front leg. Bend the back knee. Sink in side lunge. Side angle. Maybe the right hand comes down, left hand comes up, is how you're going to prefer it. Press it to the front foot. Inhale, warrior two. Stack it up, gaze right down that front middle finger. One more time. Exhale, side lunge. Beautiful side angle. Nice. Play around with it. Warrior two. Hold that space. Cartwheel down, right hand, left hand, back heel up. Right leg goes back nice and long, and then take it down. Low plank, up dog, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Let's flow through. Exhale, left foot steps to the top. Side lunge, back heel down. Shift it back, sink in. Hold that space. Remember, take it the way you like it. Toes up if you like. Toes down, heels up if you like. Or not in as deep. That's also cool. Let's take it back to the side angle. The side lunge, the side angle. So left forearm comes over the knee. Right pinky toes press back strong. We're reaching up nice and high. Again, you can bring that left hand down, a bind if you want. One hand under the leg, one hand over the lower back. It's also cool if you like. And then warrior two, lifting it up. Try to keep pressing that front knee forward to stay in deep. That quad's going to want to come out of there. Don't let it happen. Let's take those rounds. Lengthen the front leg, sink back in. Side lunge. Beautiful side angle. Bring it down. Reach however you like it. Warrior two, press it to the front foot. Lift it up, stack the spine, engage the core. Tuck these hips under. Let your core muscles engage. Take it back. Side lunge. Side angle. Warrior two. Cartwheel down. Left hand, right hand, back heel up. Left foot steps back. Vinyasa. Remember, you can have a knee down even when you're floating one foot. There aren't any rules other than what's comfortable for you and supports your practice. Let's get back to the top. Right, left, forward, fold. Step or float, your choice. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, find the chair. Maybe your hands come to your heart, not all the way over your head, and that's cool too. Press it to the heels, stand it tall. Woo, is that quad working a lot? Let's get a little stretch in there. What do you think? We have that side lunge again. It's gonna be there the whole time. We're gonna take it to a triangle. You may want to try a block right here. That might be a good idea. And then we're gonna have a reverse triangle. Now, when you come to a reverse triangle, I want you to remember to kind of twist the chest up just a little bit to lengthen out the front side of this body and try not to bend the back knee. Try to keep the back leg nice and long and lengthen out the front side of the body, okay? Let's do it. Let's figure it out together right here. Toes, heels equally apart. Inhale, maybe just roll the shoulders back instead of taking the hands up. And then exhale, sink into the chair, right? If that's more comfortable for you, feel free to have that space as well. Let's go through the flow. Exhale, lower down, lift the hips up. Inhale, halfway lift. Support yourself if you need to. Flatten out that back. Good. Exhale, bring it down. Right foot back, left foot back. Vinyasa flow, knees up or down. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. We start with finding that side lunge. So inhale, right leg rises, three-legged down dog. Step the right foot to the top of the mat. Rotate the back heel down. Again, walk it around if you like, or stand up tall if you like. Sink all the way in. Rise up on this toe if that feels better. Your choice. Use those options to work out for you. Here's our triangle. We're going to stand tall. Press those front toes down nice and long right here. Take the right hand inside the right knee. Good. Left hand starts to reach away from the right hand. Exhale and melt that right hand down just a little. Now, this may be the space for the block. You want to just bring it right to the space and hold. If you want to come in a little deeper, feel free to come in a little deeper. Keep a little bend into this knee unless you really do feel comfortable, and then lengthen it all the way out. Try to press these hips towards that back foot so you can lengthen this out and be nice and long through this space. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And then we're going to come to that reverse. A little bend into the knee to use this front heel to press and lift up. Back hand comes to the back leg. Front hand starts to reach and rise. Maybe lengthen out a little more into that front leg. Lengthen to this right side body. Breathe for three, two. Now we're just going to lift the shoulders just a little bit. Bend that back knee. Let it dive all the way back in. Good. It's time to go through those rounds. Press it to the back heel. Press it to those front toes. A little bend into the knee. Right hand inside. Try to sink into that triangle. Press those hips towards that back toe. Good. Lift it all the way up. Nice and long. Option for a bind. Taking that hand behind the back and round to that front right thigh if you like. Sink all the way in one more round. Side lunge. Take it deep. Triangle. No block if it's in your practice. Reverse. Pull it up. Lift it high. And then big cartwheel. Right knee goes forward. Right hand comes down. Back heel rotates up. Step the right foot back. Vinyasa. Low plank. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale. Left leg rises. Watch that hip and relax these shoulders. Exhale. Left foot steps to the top. Back heel down. Side lunge. Very good. And then we find that triangle. We start to lift it up. Remember, your block is there. If you would like to, left hand inside the left knee. Little bend into the left knee. Right hand goes up. Exhale. Start to lower that left side body down. If the block is there for you, use the block. If you want to start to lengthen the leg a little bit, press those hips forward. Good. Reverse it. Press it to the front foot. Lift it all the way up. Pull back nice and long. Try to lengthen that front leg. Keep the back toe pressed down strong. And then lift your shoulders. Sink all the way in. Let's go through those rounds. Triangle. Bring it in deep. Reverse it. Little bend. Lift it up. Lengthen out. Bend into the back knee. Sink all the way in. Triangle. Lift it up. Last time through. Press it to the front foot, lift it all the way high. Remember that bend that front knee to rise up first, and then bend the knee to bring it all the way back down. Cartwheel, back heel up. Step back to the plank. Vinyasa. Low plank. Up top. Downward facing dog. All the way to the top. Halfway lift. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. And then roll your spine all the way up to the top. I'm sorry, we forgot about the chair. Sink in. I always tell you don't forget the chair, and then I forgot the chair. Rise all the way up, check it all the way out. Let's do it. All right. Last round to go. This is the one. This is where we put it all together. This is where we have the most fun. Again, we're going to go through 2 rounds. So usually at the end, we cartwheel it down and bring it down. And we'll still do that at the very end. But this time, we'll cycle back through that side lunge for that third time. Okay, so we'll go through once, we'll go through twice. And then after the second time, we'll come back to the side lunge, and that's when we'll switch it up. Okay, I'm still here. I'm still going to call it out. Don't get nervous. We got this. You just did the whole flow. Now let's do the whole flow. Right here at the top of the mat. Let's get through it. Toes, heels, equally apart. Weight into the heels of your feet. Ankles, knees, hips, long through the spine. Top of the head, top of the body. Inhale. Maybe reach the hands up or keep them down. Have your space. Exhale. Chair, pose, sink in. Breathe. Exhale and fold. Bring it down nice and deep. Allow the top of the head to melt down towards the mat. Inhale. Flat back. Halfway lift. Exhale. Bring the palms down. Right foot back, left foot back. Have the vinyasa of your choice. Knees up or down. Squeeze those elbows in. Flip the toes, lift the chest up, dog. Tuck your toes, lift your hips. Downward facing dog. Here we go. We start with the lizard twist one. So inhale, right leg rise, 3-legged down dog. Exhale, step the right foot to the top of the mat. Back heel rotates down, side lunge. Sink all the way to the back. Find your side lunge. And then here we go. Lizard twist. Left hand down, right hand up. Back heel rotates up. Sink into these hips. Roll the hand around on an inhale. Rise up to that high lunge. Shift forward, rotate the back heel down, and then shift back. Side lunge. Here we go. Lizard twist. Left hand down, right hand up. Twist. Roll it around. Lift it up. And then stick back into that side lunge. We're taking it to the side angle this time. Right hand down. Left hand reaches over the head. Nice and long. Inhale, warrior two. Press it to the front foot. Lift it up nice and long. Back heel down. Side lunge. Good. Side angle. Take it back forward. Warrior two. Press and lift. Very good. Side lunge all the way down. Time for that triangle. Rise up. Let the right hand dive down inside. Lengthen the right leg as long as you feel comfortable with. Inhale, reverse it, bend the knee, lift it up, pull it back, dive in. Side lunge. Good. Triangle. Take it back forward. Sink all the way in. Feel that hamstring stretch. Inhale, reverse it, pull it all the way back, and then cartwheel down, bend the right knee, right hand down, left hand down, back heel up, right foot goes back, vinyasa, low plank. Up dog. And exhale to your downward facing dog. One more time, opposite side. You got it. Let's do it. Inhale, left leg rises, three-legged down dog. Exhale, left foot steps forward. Rotate the back heel down, find that side lunge all the way in the back of the mat. Let's twist the lizard. Right hand down, maybe right forearm down. Remember that. Sink into that space. Have it if you love it. Good. Roll the hand around. Inhale, high lunge. Back heel comes down. Side lunge. Twisted lizard. Right hand down, left hand up. Roll that left hand all the way around and lift it up. Take it back to the side lunge. Time for that side angle. Maybe the left hand comes to the block. Remember, that's also a space. Warrior two. Lift it up. Take it back to the side lunge. Woo. How about a bind right here? Coming that side angle. Twist that shoulder up nice and high. Warrior two. Press it to the front foot. Lengthen it out. Sink into the back. Triangle, rise up. Left hand down, right hand up. Reverse the warrior. Maybe take it behind the back. Reverse the triangle. Good. Sink back in. One more side lunge. Good. Triangle. Left hand down. Find that reverse on your inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel, bend the left knee, left hand down, back heel up. Step the left foot back and let it float if it's in your practice. Go through the vinyasa. Let's finish it up and get out of here. Back to the top. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Last but not least, never to be forgotten, sink down until the heels lift the chest up. Breathe for just 3, 2, and 1. Stand tall. Come on down to your mat. And let's start with a child's pose. So take the knees nice and wide, the big toes together behind you. Sink your hips back into your heels and allow your body to just melt down between your legs for a few breaths. If bringing your body down is a little challenging, you can always bring a block underneath your hips or underneath your forehead. You can always slide your forearms underneath your body and allow them to be a little support too. And if taking the hips back towards the heels is a little challenging, this is also a space to utilize movement instead of stagnant holds in spaces where you're not comfortable. And to come a little bit more forward and then just start to rock back and forth. And as you sink back into that space where it feels like it's tight, come out of it a little bit. Exhale, sink in. Exhale through the sink. And take a little bit of that. And that'll start to open it up for you a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more as time goes on. Not today. Be patient with yourself and with your practice. Here, we're going to come to a nice 90-90 twist right here. So bring the knees forward, sit back onto your butt. Feet down, knees up. And then we're just going to lower both knees down to the left. So rotate both knees to the left, bring them down. Now, your right knee should be at the bottom of your left foot. And that's how you know you're in a good 90-90 space right there. Inhale, lift the knees up. Exhale, lower them on the opposite side. You can take a little more space. It doesn't actually have to touch the foot, but come down to that space if you like. Inhale as you lift and exhale as you lower. Very good. As we lift the knees back up, we're going to lay back onto the back right here. Pull the knees into the chest. Wrap your arms around your knees. Give yourself a big hug and a squeeze. And if this is challenging for you, take the hands between the calves and the hamstrings and hold right here. You still want to exhale and try to pull the knees in a little bit. If you like to rock side to side, you can rock side to side. Little note right here. The more you pull your knees away from your chest and rock side to side, your lower back gets a little bit of a massage. If you pull your knees in tight into your chest and rock side to side, the center of your back gets that massage. So it's your choice how you like to do it, what feels best to you. Good. Now, right here, we're just going to hold on to the right leg, take the left leg all the way down towards the top of the mat. Lift the toes up. I'll slide down a little bit more. And then as you're holding this right leg again, right over the top of the knee, if you need to, come underneath. But if you can, right over the top of the knee, that's going to give you a quad stretch right here. Start to roll these toes around in a big circle, clockwise and counterclockwise. And then we're going to open up this hip, rolling around this knee. This hip is really the roll, but you draw a circle with the knee. And again, clockwise and counterclockwise. Some of us, we have much, much more open hips. And if you're one of those people, feel free to release that hand and take a really big circle with that knee. And for some of us, that can be a little tough. It can also be a little painful. And if that's the space, bring the hands back to the knee and draw a circle like this, okay? Good. And then let's take that right foot, lower it all the way down. Bring the right foot into the left thigh and then rotate the right knee down. Now, again, if you have a block, it could come underneath this knee as it melts down, and that's okay to support your space. If you feel the stretch right here, then you did it anyway. You didn't need to go all the way down there, and there's no reason to go all the way down there. The only reason to go all the way down there is because that's where your stretch is. So if you're good right here, congratulations. You get all the benefits that everybody else gets, and you only have to do this much. That's cool, right? Good. Now let's lift the right knee back up. Take it across the body. Left hand grabs the right knee. Twist it across the body. Right hand is just gonna reach up kind of like this fork and then just lay your right shoulder down onto the mat. Again, this block can come underneath this right knee on this side to support you if you need to. Twist open and then take your gaze, look up at the ceiling. But if you feel like you want a little bit more twist, take your gaze and look for at the right hand and have that full spinal twist. Breathe for just 4, 3, 2. We're gonna come back to the back. Lower the right foot down, slide the right foot all the way to the top of the mat. Pull the left knee into the chest. Let both hands and grab the knee. Pull it into your body to get a little stretch here and start to rotate the left foot around in a circle. Remember, clockwise and counterclockwise. And then let's take it to the hip by rolling a circle with this knee. Remember, big circle with no hands if you like. Controlled circle with your hands if you prefer. Whichever one feels great to you is the right one to do because it's what your body needs. And then that tree pose. So we lower the foot, left foot into the right thigh, rotate the left knee down. Use that block underneath the knee if you need to. And then for 2 and 1, we're going to find that spinal twist. Left knee, right hand, pull across the body. Again, the option for the block is there to support your knee if you need to. Left shoulders down into the mat. Gaze towards the left hand or just look up at the ceiling. And again, make sure you use your exhales. There's going to be a lot of muscles that engage in your body right now when you're trying to sink into these twists. And what they're doing is they're trying to protect you from the sensation that you're feeling, right? It kind of feels like pain almost. So your body's going to naturally try to protect you from that and engage into those muscles so you don't go as deep. But you've got to take an exhale and allow your body to understand that this is what we're doing. We want this to happen and appreciate it and then allow it to just sink in. Good. Come back to your back. Just for a quick second, and then we're going to come all the way up to an easy pose. Roll over to your side, lift yourself up, crisscross applesauce. If you want to sit on a block, if that makes this a little more comfortable for you, feel free to do that. If not, don't worry, sit in any comfortable space you like. We made it. Sun shall be infinite flow. Make it hot. If you want to take this again, go through it again. Maybe add in that third round into that final round if you wanted to, or that fourth round into that final round if you want to, however big you want to make it. That's the point of it being an infinite flow. You're allowed to go through it as many times as you like. You're allowed to remix it and make it work for you. I want to show you a way to use yoga to make it work for you. So I'm glad that if this inspired your practice in any way, shape, or form, please, please, please come to the comments. Let me know what you like, what you did, what you need. What else can I do for you to get you the yoga practice that you need, to get you the help that you need? You can always find me at my website. Or you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, any of those spaces. Champion Yogi. Search for it. I will come up. Reach out to me. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's see what the best option is for you to start moving forward with a long, happy, healthy life. Until then, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you for joining me here today. I leave you with light. I leave you with love. I leave you with peace.